Hi, this is Mahesh Kosuri. Here we are going to discuss of SAP Analytics Cloud scripts. Okay, in the previous video, we have seen interesting concepts like data actions, how to uh, bring the values from one model to the another model, and how to use the that configuration setting that is unbooked data, how to bring that values into the scripts. That's what we have seen in our previous video, right? Here in this video, let us discuss of one more interesting concept in analytics script. As usual, in every scripting or any programming language, generally we see the variables, right? So the same variables here is also we can use in analytics cloud. This is very simple concept, but very useful in our scripts building. This is our model, variant order planning model we are using. Okay, here I have maintained gross profit measure and gross profit percentage measure. I have added two more measures. I have added. So far, we do not have any data for these two measures. Okay, so in previous video we have discussed like order revenue calculation, and before that we discussed of order cost. Now order cost and order revenue both are at the same dimensionality. That's what we have seen. If you open your report, okay, so far we have embedded the following data actions, and this is the data set we are maintaining at different dimensionality level, right? This is what we have so far. Here you can see the total order cost is there and total order revenue forecast calc. So different customers we are expecting some order revenue, and same different for whatever the units, whatever the quantity or whatever the units we are expecting from each customer for each brand variant. The number also here, right? Order quantity is there, and their unit cost is here, and unit price is here, and unit price we are taking from the calc data source. That's the reason you can see some difference here, right? So far this is what we have done in our previous videos. Now let us calculate, let us derive the gross margin or gross profit. Let us call it as the profit, gross profit. Just I am taking the simple calculation like total order revenue, the difference of total order revenue and total order cost. That's what I am trying to do here. Here is total order revenue. Okay, here total order cost is there. For some of the brand variants, I have not maintained the proper data. That is the reason here you are seeing total order cost is not here for this variant, and for some other regions. So for some periods, I have not maintained the data. That's the reason here. HRVLX 2019 there, but 2019, 2024 10 data not there, but 2024 11 values are here. So this is data validation, data issue it is. We do not need to worry of it. Whatever the data set is there for, whatever the right data set is there for right periods, we can consider those those combinations or those data only in our scripts. So here we are seeing the data here, right? So let us find the gross profit for this variant and for this date period, for this region, and for the different customers. So here what I'm trying to do, again let us go to the data action. See, we are already maintained uh, two measures, gross profit and gross profit percent. That's what we have seen here, right? In this variant order planning model, already we have seen the measures. Two measures I have added to be used in our scripts. These two measures already we have added here. I have added here, right? So these two measures I will use in scripts. Here question is here whether really we need to use the measures in our calculations every time, using the measures in the sense every time do we need to create new measures whenever we need the calculation, or is there any kind of on-fly calculations also we can do. So that is the that flexibility is there in the system actually. Sometimes you can calculate based on the specific report. When you create any report, on top of it you can build your own calculations. Those are specific to those that report, or in the model builder itself. In this model, itself you can see calculations. From this calculation window itself you can do some calculations, calculated measures you can create by simply if you want to, suppose if you want to uh, calculate the gross profit, simply you can go here, calculated measures, you click on here, give your measure name here. I'm giving like gross profit, I'm giving, okay, no special characters, so give here gross profit, I'm giving calculation measure it is, calculation measure it is, yeah, gross profit calculated measure it is. Here you write the formula. Okay, here you can write formula like you call your dimension. This is directly, it is getting the values from the measures dimension, right? Total order cost, total order revenue, and other dimensions also it is bringing. All the dimensions it is showing, and it is showing the measures, all the measures from the dimension measure. It is showing all. So I am simply taking total order revenue minus total order cost I am taking. So this is the formula I want to use. Gross profit calculated measure. This is. I will give better. I will give like this. Calculated measure underscore I will give. Okay. Gross profit. We can see the different calculated measure. Simple calculation I have given. It is showing here some values. See the it is showing values, right? There are no values so far. Actually, version variant order planning, right? It is showing so far blank, no rows added. So let me add the brand region. Yeah. So here you can see wherever the values are there, it is showing. Total order revenue is showing it is. Total order cost is there and it is showing some difference. Gross profit for this UK region. Just like if you add your data source, suppose if you add, so that here itself you can understand what data, I mean, how your formula is going to be performed and what data it is going to show you. Okay, this is how we can maintain uh, on-fly calculations also. But we need to call this calculated measure into our report, right? Because it is not the measure, dimension measure. It is calculated measure. It is. So let us save and see how we can call this one into our report. Wherever you are showing, it is cross. It is telling that there is no data or blank. Okay. So, so I have created this calculated measure. Now let us we go here and go to the edit. If it gets refreshed, we can call this calculated measure into our dashboard. Here you see gross profit calculated measure. We have created the calculated measure, right? So gross profit calculated measure, it is showing. It is in the dimension measure now. It is showing it as the list of the dimension measure itself. It is showing. Now let us go here. I'm adding this one for our calculation purpose. Here you can see some values, right? Total order revenue, and you can see the difference of this two. You can see cross calculated measure forecast. It is at the calc data source now. You forget of this one because already it is there in this data source. Already we called in the column. That's why it is showing the cardinality of this of this member combination. So this is how we can calculate calculated measures also we can derive. But our requirement is something like related to the script, right? Let us go and see how do we build the same kind of scenario with the scripts. Oh, here already I have created for you. So what I am taking here, let me uncomment these two. These two are not my priority now. I want to show you the variable member. How can we use to meet this requirement? Here we know already scope. Let us give some scope. We know what is the scope, right? Member scope we give generally. So here I am giving the scope. I this is my interesting measures into the script. Order revenue and total order cost. Of course, you can call the other measure also like a gross profit also you can call here. And these two measures we know they are at the calc data source. So I'm calling the calc data source also. Now what I'm trying to do here, I'm declaring one variable. Just to declare the variable member, there in SAP SAC Analytics Cloud, there are two types of variables. One is member variable, we call it as, that is used to create a dynamic member into the dimension. Dynamic member in the sense just that is the script specific. That member is only available in this script. Once you define any variable with the keyword variable member, so this whatever the variable you define here, say suppose uh, what is that, gross profit. Gross profit of what dimension you give? D measures. D measures is also a dimension, right? So what I'm telling to the system, okay, you consider this gross profit as a member of this dimension. I'm telling to the system. So system will consider, okay, temporarily it will consider this gross profit as a member of this D measures dimension. That's what here I'm declaring. So this is the keyword. Variable member is the keyword I'm using. So now what I'm doing here, gross profit, I'm taking, I'm using the data action here. I mean data keyword I'm using. So D measures equal to, if we enter pound symbol, it will populate your variable here, whatever the variable. So I want to apply some formula to this variable member. That's what here I am doing. Before applying the formula to this variable, you need to declare your variable somewhere after the configuration. First, configuration settings here. Configuration settings in the sense, this is what we have defined in our previous video, right? Here we define all the configuration settings. After that, you can declare your variables. If any variables are there, you can declare your variable here. After that, member scope you can maintain. And if you declare this variable after this data, then it won't work. This data action, it won't work. And so here what I'm doing here, data I'm writing, and this is simple function I'm giving result lookup. What I am telling to the system, you pick total order revenue from the measures dimension, total order revenue, and take the difference of total order revenue and total order cost. So here is also I am giving D measures total order cost here, D measures. Okay. So this is the difference of order revenue and order cost. Just I'm taking this value and I am assigning this value to the gross profit. So what is the advantage of defining this variable here? I can reuse this variable wherever I want because I'm just capturing the difference of these two accounts. So I'm storing the value in this variable temporarily. Now I can use this variable wherever I want in this script logic, in this script. So the lifetime of the variable is only for this script scope, right? It is very specific to this scope only, very specific to this script only. We cannot reuse this variable in any other script, other scripts. That's what it is telling. It is local to the script only. So here, and one more thing I will show you here. Data D measures. Here there is no calculated view. You see here, we have created one calculated view in our variant order planning. That one we have used actually, this calculated measure we have used in our report also. But here there is no calculated measure. Okay, so far. So now That's what we need to understand about the calculated measure. Now, what I'm going to do, okay, gross profit I have calculated here. Now I'm taking D measures, sorry, already have declared D measures. Taking the gross profit percentage I'm taking. So I'm writing down here result lookup, and again I will call this variable. Sorry, to call the variable you need to use the pound symbol. Gross profit, it divided by result lookup. First, result lookup of the total order revenue, right? That's what we have discussed. Total order revenue into 100. So it is the percentage. That's why here I am giving 100. See, reusability of the gross profit here, right? Reusability of the gross profit. Here I have declared the gross profit as let me, here I am writing one comment I am giving, declare variable to calculate gross profit. So that variable I'm calling here. Okay, let us validate this scripts. Okay, that is fine. That is warning only. Now let us save this one, and you can maintain the trace points. You can maintain trace points, and you can go and debug your data action. Select your version. We know our data is at the forecast version. So data action run successfully. Go to your show table and see the values. First data trigger, you won't see any values here, right? Gross profit percentage we are using. Gross profit variable you have declared. Sorry, this is not the variable. This is the measure actually. Here we have selected gross profit percentage. These two we have selected from the measure dimension, not the variable. Okay. So gross profit percentage is the measure uh, measure dimension member. Here you can see there is no data so far because the first data action only we have triggered so far, right? So there is no data. Now let us trigger the second data action. Once you go here, once you click on the second data trace point, then system will show you gross profit percentage. It's showing blank. Interesting. What are the values? Okay, total order cost, total order revenue. We have values here, but so far it is showing blank. Okay, this is the problem with formatting. Okay, here it is showing the values 87.74. It is showing percentage, it is not showing. Values are there here 87.74. It is showing, right? Let us go to the other place. It is 100%. It is showing. Why 100%? This is the blank, right? This is the blank. So this is the zero, and it means gross profit is zero here. 100% it is showing. Let me go up. gross profit is 0, it is blank, but your gross profit percentage it is showing 100. Okay, what I'm going to do here, I'm going to change the configuration again here. I'm putting the on here, validate and save it. Let us run this action. This is the data point we need, right? So go to the show table. Now you can see the values here. 100%, that is fine. Order revenue, there is no cost. That's why it is showing 100%. Gross profit you cannot see because it is the variable. And here you can see the 87.21 because there is cost and there is revenue. That's why it is showing gross profit percentage it is showing now, right? So this is how we can use variable in our scripts. This is a temporary storage member we can say. And as I said, like here you can declare the variable with the number also. Here we have done the variable member, right? There is one more variable we can declare like integer. If you go and see the help document for the integer, it is showing the syntax. Integer, you can use ampersand icon to declare the variable, integer variable. So if you take integer, I am giving here just adjustment. I'm giving adjustment gross profit. Adjustment gross profit I am giving just. Okay. So what I'm trying to do here, I will write one condition here. If my gross profit is less than 50%, then I will tell to the system to add some percentage to this to the gross profit. Okay, I can write the condition. So what I need to tell, what I need to send to this integer, then I need to send some parameter. Say what I'm trying to do here, say if I'm writing, right, if my d measures gross profit percentage, gross profit percentage greater than, or let us give 90, less than 90, less than 90, then I can tell to the system that you can add some percentage to the gross profit percentage. Just I'm taking here one data d measures equal to gross profit percent is equal to, I'm taking the result lookup and same measure I will call again. Same measure I will call again. For this result lookup, I want to add some integer, some values. So what I can add here, simply you can go, if you enter the ampersand, it will show you the variable here. This variable can be the anything. Anything in the sense you can pass as a parameter uh, from the data action itself. That's what I'm trying to do. So this is the integer, right? So that's why here I have maintained the variable. Let us validate this. Yeah, here I missed the result lookup. I need to add the result lookup. So result lookup. So we need to bring the value, not the member, right? So that's why here I'm using the result lookup keyword, so that the system will bring the numeric values of that particular record, each record. I'm checking if the result lookup of this gross profit percentage is less than 90, then you do this calculation. That's what I'm telling to the system. Here just I'm using the integer variable here. You can use either integer variable or float variable just by typing the if you want to give one float type of variable, you can simply use your float variable, or you can simply use the integer variable. Just only the difference between variable member and integer variable member is like numeric variable is just use the pound sign in the variable member, and ampersand symbol for the integer variable. That's the difference. Let us validate this. Okay, so far we are okay with this script, right? Just we need to make sure that it is working fine. But here, what is the value here? Adjustment gross profit. We can give some hardcore value, right? So what I'm doing here, for now, I'm giving just I'm adding a five. I'm hard coding like five. Okay. Of course, you can send this. You can map your variable to the parameter also. Where is it for each? I didn't. Okay. So here you need to define the integer. Integer value. After member set, you need to define your integer value. Whatever the variable you call, that one should be you need to declare after member set. So that's what here I have done. Now you validated, save this one, and of course you save your the third data trace point here. Keep your trace point here, save your trace points, and go to running. So what I'm trying to expect now, previously we have seen 87, now I want to see 92 for that. Let us run this trace point. First go with the second data action so that you can see what is the result there. Okay, here is 87, right? Here is 87. We're expecting it should be the 92 because it is less than 90. That's gross profit percent. Let us go here. Once you click on this data action, you see the 92. Okay, so this is how you can you can use your variables in your scripts. And what the things we have done here, again we have considered the config generate unbooked data on, we have maintained so that we can consider unbooked values also here. And always declare your variables after the configuration before the member set scope. And whatever the variables you declare, call those variables after the scope, after the member set scope. Okay. Yeah, this is what the very simple concepts. These are all, once you start to practice you can understand the thing is. And yeah, 5 I have given, right? And one more thing is you can pass the parameter to this variable. Let us see. Let us declare one parameter here. And whatever, oh okay, wait, let me validate it first. Save it. Create. So this is what I'm trying to do. Percent gross profit. Let me add p also so that we can understand it is the parameter. And this is number parameter only. Dynamic. Okay, that's fine. I have declared one parameter here, right? So that I can call this parameter here. Use the percentile. If you call the percentile, so it will populate your parameter here so that you can pass your parameter, whatever the value while running the data action, whatever value you pass, that will be, you can assign to the declared variable here. So you know now how to run this data action, right? So just, even if you go for the tracing of this one, this is the second. Okay, let us run this one, and it is showing you profit percent. Just give your 6. Previously we have given 5, now I'm giving the 6. Straight away I'm going to the third data action, because we know this is our this is what we are trying to understand, this data keyword will behave and how my variable will work, right? So just to go to the show table. Yeah, 93. This is what where we have done, right? 6% we have increased it. Previously 87, now it is plus 6, 93. This is, so this is how you can build your variables and integers you can call, and you can store your values temporarily in your scripts. Then wherever you want to call, you can call. So mostly these are all variable, I mean these are all reusable objects, we can say, in the scripts. Okay. Yeah, in my upcoming videos I will come with more scenarios. Thank you, thanks for watching.